What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Rich. It's Wednesday, December the 6th, and I am here for my NBA Best Bets presented by Pinnacle Sportsbook, your trusted sportsbook for the past 25 years. If you have not entered the Silver Stakes leaderboard competition, make sure you opt in for that because it is still ongoing and there is still chance to win wonderful prizes. If you do have the opportunity to land on top, you can win a $25,000 bet. There's also some cash prizes as well. So make sure you join the competition today, rack up those points betting on the NBA, and hopefully you can be a winner. But let's get into the NBA best bets for today because there's some great picks still on the board. As you guys can see, massive slate in the NBA today, and we are going to Cleveland for our first bet, but we will not be taking the Cleveland Cavaliers. We are going to be taking the Orlando Magic +4, and one of the main reasons why is because the Magic have been one of the best teams in the NBA against the spread this season. They're 15-5 against the spread, and on the road, they're 6-3. You combine that with the fact they won 9 of their last 10 games, the last loss coming in their last game against Brooklyn. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they've only covered in 1 of their last 6 games, so you're getting the better team that's playing better both offensively and defensively in a lot of ways. Yes, they are on the road, but the Magic have been one of the best teams in the NBA this season, especially when you consider the expectations for them coming in. Are they going to win the championship? Probably not, but they've definitely been one of the bigger surprises, and from a betting perspective, one of the most profitable teams in the NBA. I like them all the way till about 2.5 or so. You know, when you get under 3.5, that's that key number, so I don't really want to go there, but getting them at 4, getting them at 3.5, both those are great numbers, and beyond that, that's when things get a little bit dicey because it is a one-possession game. But next bet I want to get to is the Charlotte Hornets and the Chicago Bulls, and I'm taking the over 223. One of the main reasons why I like this number is because Charlotte has hit the over in 7 of 8 games on the road this season. Combine that with the fact that Chicago is also 7-5 when they play at home, I think this is a great matchup, great recipe for success. Now, the issue with this game really is pace. Both these teams will play a relatively slow pace, especially Chicago, but at home they do play a slightly higher pace. Charlotte on the road, though, scoring 116 points per game. So that's where you look at an over even at 223 in a slower paced environment, we could be all right. But the big key here, both these defenses are in the bottom 6 in effective field goal percentage. So that means even if it's a slow paced game, there should be effective shooting and scoring from both offenses. So I really like this game to go over, and I'll be taking the over 223 between the Charlotte Hornets and the Chicago Bulls. Last but not least, let's get into the last pick. Let me look at my notes here. We are going to be going to a rematch, actually, between the Brooklyn Nets and the Atlanta Hawks, and we're going to be taking the Brooklyn Nets. It seems like this show is meant for the road dogs. Could have just called it the Road Dogs NBA betting show, but we are taking the Brooklyn Nets. The main reason why is because they played in Atlanta only a few weeks ago. I mean, you see the over-under, 242.5. And if you do like the over, the last time these teams played, 147 to 145. But more importantly, Brooklyn covered this 3.5-point spread last time they played. And on top of that, they've covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games, winning 4 of those last 6. And of course, one of those 5 was against the Atlanta Hawks. This game is going to be a very close affair once again. And so with that, I really like the Nets on the road. I talked about how the fact that we don't really want to take these games when they are at a 1-score game. So a 3 or a 2.5, that's when things become very close. And you almost want to take a money line. So at 3 or less, I don't really like that. But if you can get it at 3.5 or more, I'm all aboard the Brooklyn Nets. So give me the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread at 3.5. I think it's a phenomenal spot, phenomenal number, and I'm rolling with the Nets today. So to recap our bets for today, we are taking the Orlando Magic +4 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're taking the Charlotte Hornets and Chicago Bulls over 223. And we're taking the Brooklyn Nets to cover the 3.5 points against the Atlanta Hawks. Go Road Dogs, and maybe even sprinkle some on the money line parlay with those Road Dogs because I don't know what it is. I logged in today, I did some research, and I'm like, it feels like a good day for the Road Dogs. You can follow me on Twitter or X at your boy Jay Rich, and make sure you are following Pinnacle across all of their socials. I'll be back next week with some more best bets, and as always, bet smart and bet Pinnacle. I'll see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace.